Thanks, guys, and it has been quite the season for the 13th ranked Hawkeye baseball team, as Coach Rick Heller has led them to yet another great season. But they're not the only team on campus who's had a great spring thus far.
That's right, Austin, and while every rower on the Iowa women's rowing team makes a difference in the team speed, there's one person behind the scenes that makes it all happen. Hannah Thompson took a look inside the job of the Iowa boatman.
Practice starting at 6 a.m., afternoon rows throughout the evening, or traveling across the country with boats in haul to the next meet, Gerald Jones does it all. G, as the rowers call him, is the Iowa Women's Rowing Equipment Manager and has been for the past 14 years. His jobs range from repairing boats, to fixing oars, to washing dirty towels and making sure everything is set and running well for coaches and rowers.
I kind of do a custodial work on the interior of the boats, and then I do the mechanical work on the exterior of the boats when they need it.
Being a part of the team for so long means G has seen his fair share of changes from rowers to coaches. And this year, he says the team's success comes from the difference in the way that they communicate.
Being able to communicate with the athletes and not forcing any stress upon them. You know, it's in their corner, if you want to put it metaphorically. It's, we give them the opportunity, and then they just have to empower themselves and care about themselves enough to undertake this.
Though G is there to make sure everything works well and runs smoothly, he says it's paramount to keep the athletes safe and to teach them how to be self-sufficient when he can't be there.
It's a big world out there, getting smaller all the time. The opportunities and stuff, they need to be aware of what's going on so that they can better prepare themselves for when they go out. I may not be a coach, but I do my best to encourage them.
And no matter how stressful the job can be, the rowers say G will always be an integral part of their team. Reporting from the Beckwith Boathouse, Hannah Thompson, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
The rowing team will head to Indiana for Big Ten championships this weekend.
And the Iowa baseball team is currently in New Jersey, finishing up their regular season against Rutgers this weekend. The Hawks did, however, drop Game 1 earlier today, 5-3 to the Scarlet Knights, pushing their 2015 record to 37-13 overall and 18-4 in conference play.
And the head man behind all the team's success has been coach and Iowa native Rick Heller. Daily Iowan TV sports reporter Zach Mackey caught up with Heller this week to chat about the season his team has put together.
Let's go from the beginning. Your decision to come here to Iowa, some people are going to overlook an ailing program like Iowa was in the beginning. What made your decision to come here to Iowa?
Well, it was an easy decision for me. I mean, being from the state, being a Hawkeye fan growing up, and coaching in the state as long as I had, I felt like it was a good fit and a good match. From a recruiting standpoint, I felt like we could do a really good job of keeping the Iowa kids in state with the connections that I had with the high school coaches and the junior college coaches in our state. And my family's here in Iowa.
Mm-hmm. Some people are looking at this and saying, how do you do it so fast? How do you turn it around in your second season when you already hinted on it a little bit? A lot of these guys you didn't even recruit. It's taking the talent that you already had.
Exactly, but knew that junior class was going to have to be the key to us having a good year right now in 2015. So anyway, we just really went to work, grinding it out from day one, and we had a great fall and a great off season. I thought the guys really improved, got better. The weight program went really well. They just put in the work that it took to have a chance to have a good season, and that's really all we asked them to do. We didn't talk a whole lot about winning games, but we talked about winning the day and being a champion on and off the field, and the wins usually take care of themselves.
I know in my talks with you and a lot of the other players, it's been you expected to win and expected to be in this situation, but looking at it now, could you really have expected to be this good, set up this well going into the conference tournament?
Yeah, I really did, because I knew the makeup of the kids we had in the program, and we brought in pitching depth, which was one thing we lacked last season that hurt us at times.
As the head coach, when you look at this program, what do you think the future holds for Iowa baseball?
Well, we want to keep the program moving forward. We want to make sure that we're recruiting the right kids, both athletically and academically, that fit in here at Iowa, that are talented enough to keep us moving forward.
Congrats, Coach. Thanks for sitting down with us. All the best in the future.
All right, thanks, Zach. I appreciate it.
This 13th ranking for the Hawks is their highest since 1990. The team will look to get back on the winning track tomorrow when 8-1 starter Blake Hickman takes the mound.
And that is all the time we have for you on this live edition of Daily Iowa TV Sports.
Be sure to tune in over summer break to stay up to date on Iowa baseball and for peeks at the upcoming football season. Megan and Cody, back to you guys at the desk.